All right, class. Today you are going to be working on planning your literature circle guide. If you're in first period and you're in group one, you've got to still select your book. Miss Lombardi is most likely up here today to help you with that. Every other group has their book selected. So today you're sitting with your group and you're going to plan out the entire unit. Now, we discussed at one point possibly having each group do their own day of literature circles. Due to some changes I've made in the plan, that's not exactly how it's going to work. So first I'm going to take you through our calendar of events. So first off, you know that we are on Google Classroom. This document is located there for you, and you can use it to view it anytime you need to. We have our assignment 008 Literature Circle Planning Guide. There are 3 documents in here. You have a Literature Circle Planning Guide, a calendar of the unit, and Literature Circle roll sheets. I'll take you through each one. I'm going to start with the calendar of the unit. And so when you click on it, you'll notice it pops up a calendar that I've created. And we don't have our dates currently in there because you guys are planning the unit right now. But on Monday, October 31st, you are going to have a pre-assessment. You don't need to worry about what that is right now. And then you will get time to read in class on Tuesday the 1st, Wednesday, and Thursday the 2nd and 3rd. You'll notice that all of our Fridays remain 20 time days. On Monday the 7th, we'll have a lesson on characterization. You'll then have in-class reading time, and you'll start to notice that Wednesdays will be when our literature circles take place, and Thursdays will also be in-class reading time. So for the first literature circle, you'll have lots of time to get through a decent portion of the book to be able to have a literature circle. You'll probably need this reading time to be spent towards reading for your second circle, but that will be up for your group to decide. It continues basically in the format of Mondays with lessons, Tuesdays and Thursdays reading time, Wednesdays literature circles, and Fridays are 20 times. Now the week of Thanksgiving, we've got our STAR assessment, and 3 days of no school, so that's a little different. And it takes us down into December 9th will be our, well, I guess the 8th for this assessment will be the last day. So there's your calendar event. And if you look through, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days in class to read. So that's not a ton of time, but I think most of your books that's a doable portion. It may require some outside of class reading, and that's okay. So today, your group is going to take the Literature Circle Planning Guide. This is what needs to be completed today. I will come by and approve things tomorrow, and if we need to have a little bit more time on it, we can. So you're going to come in and you're going to open this up, and each person in your group can do this so that you all know what you're doing. I don't want just one person doing all of the work. I want everybody to do this. You'll write in your book title. Each group will be different for that. And the members of the people in your group should be no more than 4 in some cases or 5 in others. All right. I've written in for you the days that we will have our literature circles. If you look back at the calendar, these correspond to those times. So those are in here. You're going to read from page, in this case, it's going to end up being 1. Everybody's going to start on page 1 unless you have a very unique book. So you'll write in 1, and then you're going to say to a certain page. My recommendation will be to take your book, if it's 220 pages, divide that by 4, and start deciding what number you're going to get to. So 1 to, 60 or so. Then 61 through 120, or something like that. Okay? Divide it up as equally as you guys want or as you see fit. You may want to look at your book and decide that certain sections are better than others. If you think back to our last book that we read, the day that President Kennedy was shot was a very long section of the book. It would be difficult to read just that whole section in one setting. Okay, so you have to decide based on your book. Your next decision is you have to decide who the roles will be. So again, I've put your dates in here for you on 11/9, 11/16, 11/30, and 12/7. Your job here is going to be write in the student name, and this can be the same every time. So once you write it into this group right here, so I put in all 4 or 5 members of my group, I can copy and paste that into the student part each time. Okay. The role is where you have to decide what you want to do. Please note at the top, you have to have a word wizard and a summarizer in each literature circle. So in this one on 11.9, someone has to be the word wizard and someone has to be the summarizer. The same thing will happen in 11.16, 11.30, and 12.7. Now, if you are the summarizer the first time, you cannot be it again. So you're only going to do a role one time. You will not repeat a role. Okay. The other 2 or 3 roles that you have, depending on the number of people in your group, you need to determine from our role sheets. And so I've listed all of the options here. So your group's going to need to take the time to read through the different roles that exist and decide which one you want to do. Okay. Now, this can be a working document. If you get in and you decide you want to change your role after the first one, that's okay. We can do that. But I want you to plan them out in advance, and then if we need to make changes, we can. Okay? So this sheet that I'm on right now, the Literature Circle Planning Guide, is what you need to complete today. You'll use the Literature Circle roll sheets to help you decide this portion of the Literature Circle Planning Guide. Please don't forget, you must have a word wizard and summarizer for each literature circle. Watch this video multiple times if you need to remember everything. I know I just went over a lot of information. Spend your time wisely, and I will see you all tomorrow.